Hi, good morning, Naufal. This is the second lesson. So this is the second lesson, but this is polynomial number 5, the video number 5. Okay. Now remember that for numbers, right? I mentioned that we have 4 operations: add, subtract, multiply, and divide, right? And I mentioned that for polynomial, we can do likewise: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And we put division later, am I right? So now we are going to learn how to divide polynomial, or what we call division of polynomial. Now in division of polynomial, we are going to use long division. Okay. Now recall, okay, if I have a number 16 that I want to divide by 5, okay, we use long division because we know that 16 is not exactly divisible by 5. So we are going to use what we call the long division method. So we're going to write 16 here and 5 here. Now let me just share with you some of the terms. 16 is what we call the dividend. 5 is the divisor. And 3, right? 3 times 5, 15. This is the closest to 16. So 3 times 5, 15. This 3 is the quotient. And the remainder will be 1. So I need to remember these 4 terms. Okay? Quotient, dividend, remainder, and divisor. And to put it in a simplified form, I can say that the dividend 16 is equals to what I divide with 5. 5 times 3. 3 is the quotient that I get. And then plus the remainder 1. So 16 is 5 times 3 plus 1. Okay. Now for division of polynomial, the same process applies. Okay. Normally we have what we identify P as the dividend, D as the divisor, Q as quotient, and R as the remainder. So if we were to use these functions, okay, we will have dividend equals to divisor times quotient plus remainder. So Px is equals to the divisor dx times Qx, the quotient, and then plus the remainder. Okay. Now let's look at this long division. Okay, this is in your notes. I will teach you how to actually do the long division in another example. For this, right, I want you to tell me where is the dividend, divisor, quotient, and remainder. Okay, so if we were to look here, right, please take note. We will teach you here this how to do this long division. But for this example, we just want you to identify this 4. Okay. Okay, where's the dividend? Now remember, the dividend is the number or the polynomial in this case that we want to divide. So this is the dividend. Okay. Now, and the expression that we want to divide this dividend with is called the divisor. And whatever we get here is called the quotient. And this shall be the remainder. Now, I want to highlight a few important points here. Okay, before we go further. Okay, first and foremost, we notice that the dividend, right, I arrange in what we call a descending order of powers. You see, this is power 3, power 2, power 1, power 0. Okay. Now, and you notice that I put 0x squared. In other words, the dividend, right, only consists of 3 terms: 4x cubed minus 5x plus 5. But to do long division, I need to create what we call 0x squared. Okay. Because to do long division, I need every of the powers to be inside the dividend. Okay. And I want to look at the power. I'm going to use a blue pen. Okay, let's start from dividend. What is the degree for the dividend? I'm going to put D for degree. I use blue pen. This is degree number 3. Am I right? Degree refers to the highest power. Can you see that? And the quotient, the degree is 2. Okay. And the divisor, since this is a linear, this is equals to degree 1. And the remainder, okay, the remainder is degree 0 because it's a constant. Okay. Now, what do you notice about this? Okay. We notice that first and foremost, it is quite obvious that if the dividend is degree 3, you divide with a divisor degree 1, your quotient must be of degree 2. Am I right? Makes sense, right? Okay. Another important fact that I want to highlight is this. If this is degree 1, okay, the remainder will be degree 0. The remainder is always 1 degree less than the divisor. Okay. Now, how can we write this then? Okay. We write this as, remember, the dividend is px. This is the dividend, right? Remember here we write the dividend first. So we write 4x cubed. Okay. But there's no x squared term. And remember that when we do long division, we need to write 0x squared. But in a formal writing of this expression, we need not write. Okay. This is plus 5. And we write the divisor first. Okay. 2x minus 1 times the quotient. The quotient is 2x squared plus x minus 2 plus 3. Okay.